feel like Gordon Bombay would have taken his career to even further heights.
Everything's flashy, everything's cocaine, everything's
Fun.
Open wide for some soccer!
I don't care what your personal thoughts are at home. I care that you hate the
Call
Cowboys.
this college rule!
Welcome back, everybody, to the Sports Experience Podcast. Dom and Chris here, just a couple comics here in Tucson, Arizona, who enjoy talking sports and hanging out. And before we begin, as always, make sure you like and subscribe and follow and share all our content on all podcast platforms. And make sure you do comment because that helps us in the algorithm a lot. And make sure you give us some suggestions because we've turned a lot of recent ones into episodes lately for some of our viewers and subscribers. So
Yeah, we've been doing suggestions lately, so keep them up.
yeah. So, Chris, we got a special episode here.
That's right. We're in the water today. We're doggy paddling towards that gold. We're going to talk about a guy who I feel like should be more famous just because Michael Phelps kind of overshadows him.
Which is unfair because Michael Phelps is a snaggletooth douche.
Whoa, that dude could rip a bong.
I meant as a swimmer, Chris.
Oh, okay, you're right.
His,
You're right.
his bong handling ability, I can respect.
It was top class.
Top notch.
Top notch. Talking about Ian Thorpe, the Thorpedo, the human Thorpedo.
Human Thorpedo.
If you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, man, the Australian Wonder. I'm trying to come up with nicknames for guys that they just never had those nicknames. And they're, you know, people are like, did they call him that?
Oh, just like the kangaroo of the pool.
Yes, exactly.
But Ian James Thorpe, born October 13th, 1982 in Sydney, Australia. His dad and mom were both athletes, I read.
Yep.
There in Australia. His dad, Ken, was a cricketer, apparently pretty good one, playing cricket. He knew what a crumpet was, Chris.
That's right. And you don't understand what cricket is until you understand crumpet.
Not using a signed Jose Canseco bat, though. He burned out, though, at age 26 that I had read, and because of that, he never pushed sport. He wanted his kids to play sports, but he never pushed sports.
Well, he didn't think it was viable for like a profession. And that's what they kind of said was like he stopped playing cricket at 26 because he felt like he needed to be a better provider for his family than what semi-pro cricket kind of was giving him.
Please tell me there was an Australian coach, Riley, who just ruined it for him.
Oh, it
he was
so
on that
was.
Gordon Bombay, but just like,
Yep.
nobody's making the team next year.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's your asses on the Barbie.
You are never was.
Oh, God. His mom played a sport called netball.
Yeah, I didn't really know what
So,
that was. I actually clicked on it.
I
to see.
looked it up.
Yeah.
It's like basketball without a backboard and lots of traveling, I think.
Yeah, no, like
That's the best way to
it's-
describe it. But
it's
she was good,
so weird.
apparently.
Yeah. And she was tall, especially in that era for a woman, and that comes into his genes.
Yes. Oh, well, it definitely does. Mom Margaret being tall, and he has an older sister, I believe, named Christina. Mm-hmm. And growing up, I read something online where it said they didn't inherit their parents' ball skills. And I was like, you put that on the paper, didn't you?
Yep.
You
You
put it right
decided to write that.
You read it, someone proofread it and said, good to go.
Yep.
Good to go.
Because they both of their kids didn't play ball sports.
They were both swimmers.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw anything about. He only started swimming because he was sick of going to his sister's swim practices and having nothing to do.
And just sitting there.
Just
yes.
sitting there, nothing to do. And then we find out swimming's not really his favorite thing because he's allergic to chlorine.
I thought that was wild. So he would get in the pool and swim, and he would swim with his head above water the whole time. Not like in it, like the whole time, because he had this weird allergic reaction to chlorine that he ended up. The only thing it said was he battled through it.
Yeah, like it went away over time.
Yeah.
Like slow exposure. He said apparently a doctor told his mom, we can remove the adenoids in his face so we don't have to. And it's like, yeah, no. No face surgery for my kid that's more or less cosmetic at this point. He won a event at a school carnival by swimming the way that you described.
Yes.
But the reason he's winning these swimming things before he gets over this chlorine allergy is he's bigger than everyone else.
He's 4 or 5 inches bigger than everybody in his age group.
He's got banana hands and huge feet, and he's just getting taller and taller, which for swimming is perfect.
Ideal.
Very ideal. He gets over his allergy. That's like being a football star allergic to grass.
No, seriously.
That's-
Because it literally, you're sitting in it the entire time.
Yeah. By age 12, he's the captain of his New South Wales Aussie Primary School championship team in 1994. He wins 9 solo gold medals in the New South Wales Short Course Championships. 1995, he meets his coach, Doug Frost, who was coaching his sister, and his sister had just made the 1995 Pan Pacific Swimming Championships.
So they're really looking at these two kids as like future Olympic swimmers, especially Ian.
Yeah.
Because he really is younger than a lot of these guys by these like young competitive guys by like 2 or 3 years, and is getting first or second, you know, like.
And he's still growing, and chlorine isn't affecting him like it used to.
No. Yeah.
So it's just like, let's throw a head in this ring. It said he was 6 foot tall by age 12.
Yep.
Oh, God. In the Aussie Championships, he gets a bronze in the 200 meter and 400 meter freestyles, and wins all of the age championships that year.
So
10
that's
events.
Yeah, so that's pretty much like everybody the age 12, or I think he was 12 or 13. He dominated those. Like if you go through the age championships from like 12, 13, 14, 15, it's like, oh, he won 9 gold medals. Oh, he won 8 gold. Like it really is the future of this Australian swimming.
Aussie swimming, that's right.
Aussie swimming.
1996, at the Aussie Age Championships in Brisbane, he wins 5 gold medals, 9 times. And through that, he qualifies for the Aussie Championships, which doubled as their Olympic trials.
And
He's like 13, 14 years old.
I was going to say he's 13 in 5 months. And what Doug Frost said, his coach, he was just like, we weren't delusional as that he was going to make the Olympic team. This is him getting prepared to swim on the international the stage and having this experience for the next time when we're confident that he's going to be the top swimmer.
This is just like, hey, this is what it takes. Watch people. Show what it takes to prepare for this stuff.
Yep.
It's not a disappointment if you finish in the 20s or 30s, which he does.
Yes.
But he's also 13.
Exactly.
12, Charlie!
No, we don't like kissing.
Good. Kissing's gross.
Yeah.
I just banged a toothless, oily busboy.
Yep.
No, I don't know. I literally did not. No, we didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
But-
we didn't need that. Damn it, D.
1997, New South Wales Championships. 400-meter freestyle goes under 4 minutes, and he's the first Aussie to go under 4 minutes on their own soil. He's a teenager. He's not even like an old teenager
No, he's 14.
doing this. It's crazy. He also sets a world record for his age group, and at 14 years and 5 months, he's the youngest to go to the Pan Pacific Championship.
Yeah, he's the youngest to make the Australian team. Goes to this, and I believe this is where he has 10 golds in 12 events because he's so ridiculously.
Oh no, that was like a junior championship.
That was the junior championship.
So this one he goes and wins silver, but he's like against adults.
Okay, yes. Yeah, no, he has 2 silvers in the
Yeah.
Pan Pacific. You're right. But it really is. Oh, and this is right after he has an appendix operation.
That's right. Yeah.
So 2 months before he has an appendix operation. A lot of people think like, we get that he isn't going to be great. He's kind of has to take training off for a couple of weeks. He still gets 2 silvers.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. That allows him to qualify for the 1998 World Championships in Perth. He starts for their 4x200 meter free. So like that's his. He'll do some backstroke and maybe some IM every now and then, but freestyle is his bread and butter.
Yep.
And it's like those middle events, like 2 and 4, not necessarily the 50 or the 100 where it's just like a sprint. It's just like he's like you know what he's like. He's like Randy Moss. Like when you watch Randy Moss, it's like watching Ian Thorpe swim. You're like, all these moving parts, but once they
click,
oh God, you're not catching. And it doesn't look like he's going that fast.
but he just is covering so much ground.
Yeah, just because of arms and legs. It's all
Yeah.
arms and legs just paddling on through. The Aussies won that event for the first time since 1956.
Yep.
Which is unbelievable. He is the youngest world champion. I believe it faces one of his rivals there in the 400-meter freestyle final. He's the youngest world champion at 15 years and 3 months.
As for an individual event. So he really is, like you were saying, his bread and butter is the 200 meter and the 400 meter. You see him medal, I think, one time in Olympics in the 100 meter, and I don't know if he ever does it in the 800, but like that's where he is the best, and you could see that already because he has a world championship at 15. That's 15. What I'm talking about. It's crazy.
He's doing it. The 98 Commonwealth Games, just absolutely going full Zoolander merman in the pool. Like there's a lot of 200-meter gold in the freestyle. Beats another one of his teammates' times. Was his first national title there for Australia. Wins gold in the 400-meter freestyle and finishes silver in the 100-meter. So now we're starting to see him build towards, the Olympics are in Australia here in a couple of years. And he's only getting better.
There's so much hype around him. He's a kid. He's still 16. He I believe in that Commonwealth, he actually sets the record time for the 200 meter. And there is just that Olympic hype around him where you're like, God, I hope he meets this expectation, especially because these Olympics are going to be in Sydney.
Where he's from.
So there's just a lot of just like real excitement behind him at this point.
And Australia has a lot of good swimmers like Grant Hackett, who's one of his main rivals, and then Michael Klim as well. He's a little bit older, but like...
And that's why they would team up and really
That's why their relay teams were just fucking dominant.
Because there wasn't a weak link. There really was. In that time, Australian swimming was really great.
He's named the Swimmer of the Year there in 1998.
Youngest ever. March 1999 at the Aussie Championships in Brisbane. It's basically the selection event for the Pan-Pacific Swimming Championships. All he does is win gold in four. That's it. That's his thing. I was going to say, so the four events, when you look at his career when he hits 15, 16 to when he retires, 200 meter, 400 meter, 200 relay, 400 relay, all freestyle. It really is gold, 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 maybe a silver. Gold. Yeah. Like, it's crazy how good he is.
So the 99 Pan-Pacific Championships, this was the one where he wins 4 world records in 4 days.
Yeah.
4 world records in 4 days, which is, are you freaking kidding me? Like, he sets a world record in the 400-meter final. Rowdy Gaines of NBC, who won gold medals as a swimmer for the United States, said he went into a balls-out sprint at 250, and I have never seen anything like that. I've been around swimming a long time, and it's the most amazing swim I've ever seen, hands down.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, because this is the 400 meter, I think he was in second place at the 250 mark, and then so like 250 to 400, so that 150 meters, not only did he take over first, but broke a world record. Yeah. And that's what they were talking about, where they were like, I don't think I've ever seen 150 meters swam that fast in that 400 meter.
No, it's unbelievable. They anchor at that. I did want to bring up one other event that was there, the 4x100 meter freestyle.
Yep.
Which is an event that, until this time, the Americans have never lost at an Olympic Games in swimming. And now the Aussies have a stacked team, and they beat the Americans for the first time. Their team beats them for the first time in an event. Wins 4 golds, signs with Adidas afterwards. They give him the bodysuit. They need to go back. I mean, they don't do it anymore because they changed it, but he was the first guy to really start rocking that in the pool. Like, he looked like Aquaman.
Yeah, no, but like the successful bodysuit. But yeah, you're right. Nobody really rocks that anymore. So,
January 2000, he wins a 1,500 meter free at the New South Wales Championships, and then also before they're going to the FINA World Cup. A German head coach says that he's on steroids. And while he was dogged, not once did he piss hot.
Never.
And he's always been about more rigorous testing.
And in the 2000 Olympics, there was an Italian guy that
was on HGH, yeah.
That pissed hot. They were literally saying that because this is kind of the era of like guys just taking whatever. And the Thorpedo never took anything, and he was just that great of a swimmer.
But he's too athletically gifted to have that happen. So you go to the Olympics, and he's talked about how just kind of like a whirlwind it was, because he didn't go in 96, because he was only, 14?
Yeah.
But gets there in 2000, and in the Sydney Daily Telegraph, they have the title Invincible with him on there. And not the New Kids on the Block movie that everyone's been constantly talking about so they can play for the Eagles.
That's right.
Real word Invincible. And that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody
who's 17, 18. But, and this is to his coach's credit, he has so much experience. He knows what it is to win these golds. And coming into Sydney, I feel like it is more of like, I can do what I can do. Like, I know I can win these races up against these guys. So in the 400 meter, it's the first night, I believe, of the Olympics. Yep.
The 400 meter freestyle. He cruises through his heat race, which essentially he sets a world record there. Then they go into the finals, and he swims 3:40.59. Why is that important? Because when you watch this race, the only guy, and he's not even close to him, is Massimiliano Rossellino, who's on HGH.
Yep. And he's like 3 body lengths back.
It was complete and total dominance in the pool.
And just to, like, we've kind of like been saying, like, in Australia, this has been getting hyped. Like, just to point this out, it's Australia's first gold medal of this Sydney Olympics, and they flipped out. You know what I mean? It really deserved all of the attention that it got, because not only did they hype it up, but he delivered.
For sure. But he's got another race that night.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
And it's them facing off against America in the 4x100 meter free.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Ian Thorpe, Klim, Chris Feidler, and Ashley Callis. And the American, Gary Hall Jr. was talking mad shit before the race. I don't know if you saw that.
Yep.
Said they're going to smash them like guitars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've played Knifey Spoony before, Gary.
No,
not against these fellas. He had talked about the race because he anchors it, and I think he anchors it against Hall, where they asked him what he needed, because I think Klim came in first, and he had set a world record for a split in the race.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked Ian what what his time was. He's like, "You set a world record." He's like, "Well, what was my?" "You set a world record."
Yeah.
And he's like, they kept asking him, "What do you need, like, as far as the split?" And he's like, "Just give me the lead." Then he jumps in the pool and he loses it until they get to that last turn for that last 50 meters. And it's like I talked about with Randy Moss before. It's just he picks it up.
Mm-hmm.
He just picks it up. It's ridiculous.
And, I mean, brings home that gold. Like you were saying, the Americans had never lost this event.
And they were doing the air guitar in front of him, which was sweet.
Yep.
Take that. Sonny Circus, he was the first one to shake their hands, so I'll give him credit.
No,
but still, that had to be just like, go fuck yourself.
Yep.
So that was his second gold medal of those games. He does end up losing the 200-meter final.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name. It's kind of like that name in Eurotrip when it's a safe word.
The Dutch guy?
The Flugenheimen. Yeah, that guy.
It was like Van der Vlugenheimen.
I called him Hoobastank.
All right, I'll take that.
That works. He ends up getting silver in that. And then September 18th, 2000, just a couple of nights later, they win the 4x200 meter relay.
Mm-hmm.
Set a world record there. He wins another silver medal later in that 4x100 medley relay. He has 3 golds and 2 silvers in his first Olympic Games there in front of the home crowd. He's a national hero at this point.
It's got to feel good.
Oh, God.
It's got to.
And you think about He was that close away, and he never lost to Hoobastank again
No.
in the 200 meter.
It's the last. Yeah, it's literally the last time he loses to that Dutch swimmer. Which you're like, oh, they probably didn't swim against. They swam against each other
lot.
every year for like the next like 6 years. It's crazy.
Oh man. So 2001 to 2003. Now we start getting into the expectation section. Because after that Olympics, a lot of people were talking about him matching old Spitzy's record. Mm-hmm. And I think they started including the 800-meter free in the Olympics for the men now. And there's a lot of expectation. And he keeps winning, and he keeps doing awesome.
Well, I was going to say, we go through like the Commonwealth Games, the Pan-Pacific Games. He golds in every single 400, 200 meter. And this is what we were talking about. The Australian team is so good. They're getting golds in the 400 or the 4x1, the 4x200, the 4x4. You know what I mean? Like it really is an era of Australian swimming dominance.
In the 2001 Worlds, I did want to bring up, he's the first person since Tim Shaw to win the 200, 400, and 800 trebles.
Yep. And he had 6 gold medals in that.
Yeah.
Like
that's almost a joke.
Yeah, he had 6 golds. He won those 3, and then they won 3 relays as a team. And you're just kind of like, God, they were so dominant.
I almost feel sorry for some of the other guys, just because if he wasn't on the team, they would probably be winning the gold medals.
Yes, seriously, though.
Like, honest, if we're being honest here.
It's like the Jamaican sprinters.
Yeah.
Not the ones that became bobsledders. I'm talking about Usain Bolt, where like the other 2 guys were like getting 2nd and 3rd every time.
I was talking about the Jamaican.
I know. That's why I had to. That's why I had to say we weren't talking about them for the first time ever. We weren't talking about John Candy and his brilliant coaching techniques.
Oh God. Let's just surprise people in bathrooms, Chris. Let's just open up the window and wave.
Yep. It's perfect.
Oh, rest in peace, John Candy. Wins another 6 golds at the 2002 Commonwealth Games. And at this point, he's starting to have some issues with his coach, Doug Frost. Mm-hmm. And these issues are kind of related to motivation, kind of related to some training aspects. Because the way Ian grew up, he wants to have fun.
Well, I bet it's hard to be going.
And he just wants to compete.
Yes. It's hard to just keep that drive when we're doing this since you were 13 and a half. When you're like winning on the international level. And now he's kind of getting, not older, but he's getting into almost like a, hey, I want to have fun after we train, which is detrimental to your, overall performance.
Mm-hmm. 2003 at the World Aquatics Championships. He's got, some issues there, but it's his first world competitions since he got his new coach, Tracy Menzies. Wins a 400-meter freestyle.
Yep, that's his shit.
I mean, the team finishes third in the 100. He finished third in the 100-meter final, and does the 200-meter IM, which I found he'll pepper in these events where you're just
a
like
backstroke medal here, and IM. It's interesting.
It's almost like, are you just bored?
Yeah, he's just like, well, I mean, they're there. I'm gonna swim.
So now we get into the 2004 Summer Olympics.
And this is where Michael Phelps starts to make his...
Speedo offered Michael Phelps $1 million to go after Mark Spitz.
That's right.
But Thorpedo's kind of in his way.
Mm-hmm.
Thorpedo's kind of in his way here. It's crazy to think how many medals he would have won if this guy didn't exist.
Yeah.
Like gold medals he would have won
if
he didn't exist. He goes to the 400-meter... He almost didn't get to defend his 400-meter title. I don't know if you saw this part.
He had a false start.
He had a false start, and it was a big controversy in Australia. The guy ended up having to give up a spot on the team.
Yes.
Or give up a spot in the event because, he fell in the pool.
Well, it's... And I know we've never referenced this movie, but it's like Cool Runnings.
It so is.
Where the 3 fastest runners trip and fall, but they didn't let them go.
But see, Chris, we never would have seen a Jamaican bobsled team if they changed the rules.
That's true. That's very true.
I mean, the only bobsledding we would have seen was Sanka Coffey doing his pushcart driving. And in not with penguins and snow and ice.
Sanka, you did? Yeah, man.
Breathing.
It's so good. But that's really what it was like, where this guy had to give up his spot because they know that the Thorpedo is that much better and can bring gold home.
So August 14th, they're there in Athens. Wins the 400-meter gold.
Yep.
Beats out a couple of his teammates. And then on August 16th, they called it the race of the century because this is the 200-meter freestyle. You got Hoobastank, you got Hackett, you got Michael Phelps, and Ian Thorpe.
Yep.
All going for that gold medal. And I feel like this had to feel pretty sweet for him.
To come out. And the hype behind this was race of the century, that we're not going to see this level of like elite swimmers like this ever again.
Like in a specific individual event.
Exactly.
Not like a relay, but just like
exactly
where one of the guys already won a gold medal in it. One of the guys is like ascending, and then there's another guy who's there who's like, what happened in 2000 is not happening again.
Yep.
And ends up winning. And I don't know if you've seen his reaction after he wins, but like he's not like a super emotional dude.
No.
But after that race, he really, you could tell how much it meant to him. Like to be able to beat that type of competition was probably pretty fucking special.
Yep.
He wins a silver in the 4x200 meter freestyle. Gets a bronze in the 100-meter final.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which I thought was pretty cool. Their 4x100 only finished sixth. I guess one guy was coming off injury and another guy was battling an illness.
Yeah, they just weren't clicking on that one, which you get.
No. I definitely understand that. After that, though, he said that 2008 in Beijing would be his retirement tour, which it makes sense. I mean, most guys barely get 2 Olympics in.
Yes.
Let alone 3.
But the motivation really dies.
Circumstances happen. He's got bronchitis, misses the 2006 Commonwealth Games, skips the 2005 World Aquatics Championships, and he ends up retiring in November of 2006.
Which a lot of people felt like was an early retirement with just how young he got into it. And it really, the only thing I read about this at all was he felt like he just didn't have the motivation to train to be at that elite level.
Yeah, and he had other things in his life that he also wanted to accomplish. But that would have been interesting to see him in 2000. Like, if he kept... What if he enters those races that Michael Phelps wins?
I know, the 2 and 4. Those were his races, and I don't know if we got a Thorpe that was fully trained in 2008, if Phelps would have won those events.
Yeah, like that would have been, man. That's a huge sports what if.
Yep.
I think he at least, because 400 is his bread and butter, wins that race.
Yes, I think so.
200 as well. Maybe he comes back.
Maybe.
Let's see. So he then tries to attempt a comeback, I saw, for 2012 in London.
Yeah, but it just
fell completely through.
Well, it's you get to that point where you're just not at that level that you once were.
Well, 30's grandpa's.
I know, dude. For swimming, God.
I liked how he talked about how when he was a kid he liked Alexander Popov, the Russian gold medal swimmer.
I thought you meant the vodka.
Well, I mean, everyone likes.
Hey.
Everyone likes plastic bottle.
A little plastic handle.
A little plastic handle.
Get you through the night.
Paper bag showing up at a 7-Eleven on a Thursday evening.
That's right.
Who am I kidding? A Thursday morning.
Oof.
But so he ends up essentially retiring after that. Despite, kind of the comebacks. Many have called him the greatest middle distance swimmer of all time. No, I was talking about Popov vodka. That's where we were going.
Oh,
my bad.
You're right.
But he had talked about how much of a treat it was to not only compete against him, but also swim against his son.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, he's always been someone who appreciated the competition of sports. Like, that was what he never liked comparing himself to anybody, but he loved competing against other people
and seeing if he was good enough.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which I watched an interview with him. It was just really fascinating. Mm-hmm. He seemed like a very laid back dude, but that when the lights went on, it was just completely balls to the wall.
Yeah, he had that Olympic level focus.
Mm-hmm. He's been called the greatest middle distance swimmer ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to disagree with the times that he put up in the era that he put up and the people that he beat.
And the people
too.
that he beat.
The
Yeah.
competition that he ended up beating. 5 gold medals. What was it? 3 silvers and 1 bronze. I mean, he's a national hero in Australia. I mean, people, someone had even mentioned they're going to be talking about him in 50 years.
Yes.
As an
Yes.
Olympian. It's just like, and, you're an automatic legend in 2000 when you're in Sydney.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's already in cement that you are a national hero essentially. And then he comes back in 2004 and wins the 200 and the 400 or whatever that are his best events. That's the only thing, and we talk about this with sports all the time. I wish we got to see him in 2008.
he would have been what? Only 26.
6, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would have been incredible because, yeah, does Phelps get 8? No.
No.
I don't think he does.
so. Yeah.
No, not at all. I mean,
I think he's losing one of those, the 200 or the 400. I don't think the Australian team was good enough to beat the Americans in the relay at that time. But in these individual meets, I would say he would win one of those.
Because it's like Usain Bolt winning 300 meters. It's like that is his deal. That's his deal. 11-time world champion, 9-time Pan-Pacific gold medalist, swimmer of the year 4 times.
Yep.
That's
youngest ever swimmer of the year, and then went on to win it 3 more times.
Got into fashion, I saw. I don't know if you read anything about that. He was actually at the World Trade Center on 9/11. Because he's doing the Tonight Show.
You know when you read something and you're like, is this real? Because it's such a weird,
He's still here, everyone.
Yes.
He's still here. And then I did see that he battled depression a lot.
Yeah, and heavy drinking.
Which you kind of see that with some of the athletes.
Yep.
Maybe not so much the substances. Well, some of them substances, but when the competition's gone and the lights are off, a lot of them do a lot of soul searching that sometimes goes to negative town, which is unfortunate.
It is, because he did come out and say that he had crippling depression, and that was what kind of led him to not be competing in 2008, was he couldn't find the motivation to train. And you got to realize you're training by yourself for 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
It gets taxing.
And the joy is gone, and the expectations are even greater.
Yes, exactly.
That's the other thing.
Exactly.
And then the last thing going into, did an interview in July of 2014 with Michael Parkinson on a, I believe, British TV show. Came out as homosexual.
Yep. He was a gay man the whole time.
The whole time.
Which he did say.
I think it's inspiring.
I think it's cool, but he definitely said he was like, I kind of wish I had come out when I had more of a popularity, or like when I was at my height, and be like, no, it's totally fine to be gay. I'm gay. There's other swimmers that were gay, but he was like, it's so much pressure from sponsorships, from all of that kind of shit.
That's just I mean, I won't be flippant about it, but that's so much more, especially in that time period, of shit that you have to answer for. That's totally just you. That shouldn't affect anyone else, but
it's going to be the top.
You're going to
of
get bombarded with nonsense, as opposed to like, I need to concentrate on my next race.
Top of every single press conference, it's going to have to do with his sexuality.
It's not, what are your splits in the 400?
Exactly.
So
yeah. So he said he kind of regretted not coming out earlier, but I think it was right for the era, obviously.
It makes more sense. And a lot more welcoming world then. And
swimming has had that stigma of not fully anti-gay, but almost like with the who's the guy who had AIDS? God damn it!
That's diving. That's Greg Louganis.
That's diving. You're right.
Yeah.
My bad. But still, it is kind of like the stigma of that, where he's gonna get asked every single press conference, all of that kind of shit. And he kind of just let the swimming talk, you know?
He does a lot for charity, too. I had read, I think he's got some Order of Merit from Australia.
Yep.
And it's crazy. The way that they worded it was it at the beginning it was like for his work with charities for underprivileged and Aboriginal youth, and then it says and swimming.
Yes. So it's not just swimming. It's just like a youth program in Australia. Also, they do a lot of swimming.
Yeah. So I mean, like Ian Thorpe, great dude.
No.
This was a good like off the beaten path that we've done.
But seriously, Australian hero, and you kind of look at his Olympics getting maybe overshadowed by Phelps, which it never should be.
No, national hero.